This film is so wholly original, but I always like to start by asking, especially an audience of fellow filmmakers, what were some of the films or the filmmakers that inspired you when you were growing up?
I mean, a lot of filmmakers that probably you cannot see them in this movie. Like, for example, I love Bresson, I love Cassavetes, Godard, or even Carax from the most recent film history. Leamandi Ponev, Lovers on the Bridge, is one of my favorite films, and Kaurismäki. But the movie that made me to want to be a filmmaker was The Truman Show.
Really?
Which I think that it's an amazing prophecy about our life, and it has the perfect balance in general as a movie. It's a very balanced movie, I feel. And of course, I love also the Charlie Kaufman stories a lot.
We should talk because when I first moved to LA, was brought into a test screening of The Truman Show, and there were things that were very different.
I know very well. I have met the producers. They have told me.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? Sometimes I think I imagined it, like it's like the Mandela effect.
So
right?
you were the one who changed the whole story.
I was. Well, I don't know if it's giving anything away, but originally they tell you in the beginning what's happening. That he's on a TV show. It doesn't unfold. Yeah.
No. It was at the half of the film.
Yeah.
And then you went to the screening and you told them that's not a good idea,
Yes.
and they changed it.
And then I ran Hollywood. Prior to directing Apples, you were an assistant director on with really some really great filmmakers. I'm curious, what was it you sort of learned from them about what you wanted to be as a director, or maybe things you picked up that you were like, I don't want to do that when I'm a director.
Yes, usually you are learning what you want to, what you are trying to avoid, and not what you want to do actually. Mm-hmm. So yes, I avoided a lot of things that I saw there on set. No, in general, I mean that you are learning from everything. You are learning from being on set. For me, the most important was that as an AD, because I didn't study, I'm a self-taught.
Really?
Yeah, I always wanted to be a filmmaker. I mean, and I'm not calling myself a filmmaker. I'm calling myself a cinephile. I'm watching 2-3 movies per day, and I'm trying to make movies. But what I learned from being on set is how to be on set and to feel a little bit more comfortable. Because for me, it's very, I don't know how the young filmmakers are doing it, that they have never been on set. They have done only 2 short films, 3 short films, and they have been 15 days in their life on set, and suddenly they're going to make a feature film. Feels a little bit scary.
No, and there's no class that really teaches you. Same with actors. Like you can, study as much as possible, but there's no way of knowing what it's really going to be like the first time you set foot on a set.
No, I think that the best school is something that is practical. So being on set is the best school.
Just doing it. So your first feature, Apples, was a strangely timely movie about a pandemic that came out in 2020 that caused people to sort of lose their memories. It was a hugely successful debut feature. At what point did you start thinking about the idea for Fingernails, or had it always been there? Are you working on several things at once? Did the success of your first film really make it easier for you to get the second one made?
Of course, it made it much easier. For Apples, for example, we were waiting to finance the film for 4 years, and it's not because they didn't like the idea. It was because in Greece you are working only with public money from public funds, and it was the economical crisis in Greece. And when we applied, we were waiting for a reply for 3 years.
Wow.
Yes. So it was. I mean. It wasn't so nice. But yes, also then this movie we financed it in 2 days.
Wow.
So it makes some difference.
Did it help having Kate Blanchett as a producer?
Probably. I don't know, to be honest, if it helps or not. But yes, for sure it helps to have Kate Blanchett in general in a project, because she's Kate Blanchett.
Yes. How did she get involved, but also what did she bring to the table as a creative collaborator?
It was in 2020 when we premiered in Venice.
Oh, with Apples.
With Apples, exactly. And she asked me, I received a message the first day before the premiere of Apples that Kate wants to have breakfast with you. And I said, no. No,
Did you believe it was real? Because I would
I
have.
was thinking that it was spam. I was thinking that somebody is making a joke to me or something like that. And then I decided to go because I was like, okay, she insists, so I have to go. And I went for breakfast with her, and unfortunately, we didn't eat breakfast, even if she promised to me that we will eat a breakfast.
Really?
Because she was talking too much. Yes, I mean, she was talking about movies so much.
Yeah.
And when I'm starting talking about movies, I also forget to eat. So we were talking for 2 hours for movies and life, and we realized how much we love the same things. She told me how she has never seen something so conceptual but so humanistic like apples. And it's exactly the same comment that she made on Fingernails when she watched it.
Oh, yeah.
And she asked me to play in the next movie. I said to her, I'm sorry, Kate. And then she asked me if she can produce it. And
Wow.
we agreed.
Did she really ask to be in
Yes.
the movie?
Yeah.
What?
Not in this movie.
Oh,
She asked me which movie I'm making. She told me that she wants to play in the next one. That's how the whole conversation started.
Oh, okay. But you already had this in mind?
I had already this in mind. So I told her, we don't have a role, I'm sorry. And no, that's easy. I mean, but we didn't have a role. What we could have done?
She could have played Riz's part.
She could have played. She could have played probably the role of Luke Wilson.
Yes.
Yes.
She really, and no, she could, I mean, she's played Bob Dylan.
I
She could
know.
have played
I know.
anything.
We were thinking that. We were thinking of that at one point. But then you know that we were thinking of another actor for that role too,
Yes. Wait, for.
for the role of Luke Wilson.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to tell them? Because I love the story.
I can tell it.
Yes, please.
Yes. So we were thinking for that role to have Hugh Grant.
Right? It's great. It's great.
Because Hugh Grant is the only one who knows what is love. I mean, he always gets the girl at the end, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's the accent. I don't know if it's the hair.
The hair.
The hair. Or I don't know if it's because he talks like this. So I was trying to understand it, and for me, that's. I mean, I know that we're trying to present this movie. They were trying to promote it at the beginning as a science fiction, but I believe that Notting Hill is a science fiction. Because when I saw it for the first time, I said to my mother when I was young that, okay, I find the meaning of my life. I will open a bookstore somewhere, and the biggest Hollywood star will come and beg me to fall in love with her. So yes, Hugh Grant has been in many science fiction movies, and we wanted him to make this inside joke about how the only guy who knows what is love is the owner of this Love Institute. But then he said no because he found the role a little bit small. Yeah, unfortunately. And it was that day that when I received it, I heard his reply. I was walking in Toronto, and I was walking outside from a cinema. And I saw on a marquee of a cinema that something was written. And I said, oh, your name right now will go up there.
In the movie, that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why we did it. That's why we did it. That scene wasn't on the script. We wrote it after he said no.
Wow. So take that, Hugh Grant. What's interesting, though, is I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I do not think that Julia Roberts' character is that much of a catch in Notting Hill.
No.
Yeah, she's not very nice.
No, but we like that movie. No.
Oh no, I do like the movie, especially as a journalist who goes to junkets and pretends to be from Horse and Hound magazine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you know that. Do you want to ask me something that we have in the movie that we don't have, like how Hugh Grant was asking that if there are dogs in the space?
He asked that?
You don't remember that in the movie?
No. Oh wait, yeah. Horses and Hounds.
Yes, and she made a movie. She made a movie that was in space, and he was asking, "Are there any dogs in the movie?" And then he was like, "Any horses?"
No, I've been in those situations, and it's like a
That
documentary.
you haven't seen a movie and you are going to ask questions.
In the early days, yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was. I don't recommend. Well, sometimes they wouldn't screen it for you, and yeah.
But here there are fingernails.
Yes, yes. And honestly, I was a little wary of that because I think we all have a thing about our fingernails, and I was like, are they going to pull them out? They couldn't
Yeah,
just clip them?
no. I mean, but we didn't take them for real. I mean, it's
Okay, it's
yes.
acting.
Yes, please don't. We didn't take any nail. I mean,
I did look, by the way. One of the first things I did was look.
Mine.
Yes, to check and just make sure.
Yes, look, the nail that we have, or that it's on, that the one that Riz takes off, it's my nail.
Is it really?
Yes, I took it off before the shooting because we couldn't afford to pay for a prop. And no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That's a low budget movie.
Yes, it's a very low budget movie.
But making an independent film is like pulling fingernails, so.
Yes, I mean, sometimes filmmakers have to sacrifice something in order to make a movie. So I just lost some nails. No, it's just that we wanted to make equal the pain of love with physical pain. So, and for many other reasons, we call it Fingernails for many other reasons. Because, first of all, the whole idea was when I was trying to understand what the fuck is love. And I'm still trying to understand what is love. I don't know what is love. And I was seeing around me so many people using all these dating apps, and I hope that none of you is using any dating app. Or maybe you're using it, I don't know. Do you think you're using?
How many of you are on it right now?
What, on Raya?
No,
On Raya, they're all. I mean, we're in
scrolling
LA.
the audience as we speak.
Yes, of course. I mean, they are, for sure they're using dating apps. Please don't use, I mean, or at least when you will come out from this theater, you have to erase them. I mean, somebody from Apple will be outside there and will see if you have erased the dating app.
And you can keep your fingernails if you
Yes. It's either a fingernail or deleting the app. You have to decide. But no, it's about how, for example, sometimes we're seeing people swapping right or left with their finger and their nail in order to find the perfect match. And also, for me, it's crazy that we're letting an AI, an algorithm, decide about us and suggest us people. And at the same time, in general, I feel that our cell phones are the extensions of our fingers. And also, even the in-love certificate that they're getting in the film, which is when they're proving love, it's exactly how we're putting our ring on our finger when we're proving love to everybody. But love is not something that you have to prove, but it's something that you need to work on it. And also, in general, I feel that love should go through eyes and not through screens. And everything has become one click right now in our life. We are living in the time of fast food emotions, I feel. And that's why also we try to create this machine that it's one click, one button, and then you are waiting to see on a screen a result, like people are going to screens in order to find things about and answers about their own emotions. So for all these reasons, we were trying to get something from the fingers. And because last year McDonald did the bunches of aniserin and he took the whole finger, we didn't want to do the same thing. No, I'm just kidding. So we were trying to get the nail because the nail is something that protects the fingers.
What if you have done previously always looked for relationships through the eyes and it's failed you?
I don't know.
Like sometimes science can be reassuring.
Of course, science can be reassuring, but at the same time, I think that it's better to go through eyes. I think that it's better to. I think that I don't know how many times I'm going outside to eat somewhere and I'm seeing couples that they're sitting and they're eating and they're looking more on their screen than each other. And that's what we're trying to show with the movie. In the movie, I don't know how many times Jessie and Riz are looking each other in their eyes. And how many times you feel that passion, these emotions through their eyes. And that's what we were trying to show. That's what we were trying to make a movie about love, that it's something that it is not how we experience love right now.
And something that I love is, well, first of all, your cast is just phenomenal from top to bottom. And Jessie and Riz, we know they're great actors, but at the same time, I don't know that I've seen either of them in a role like this before.
Exactly. When we casted the film, we wanted to have. I love Jessie. Jessie always surprises me in whatever she has done, but she has never been in something romantic. And Riz is a chameleon from being, for example, in Four Lions in a comedic role to Sound of Metal in a dramatic role, but also have never seen him in something romantic. And I was hoping that they would have this great chemistry together. And then for Jeremy, we were looking for somebody that will, that will completely this love triangle in a way that it will not be very easy for the audience or even for the character of Jessie to decide. Because if it was a very typical American movie, I mean, probably it would have been the bad guy versus the good guy. So probably we'll have Danny Trejo versus Riz Ahmed.
Now, wait a minute.
That's how they portray Danny Trejo.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
like,
It's not me. It's
yeah,
how
no,
they
no.
portray him here.
I
mean,
love
I'm
Danny
so...
Trejo is quite sexy.
I know. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I will make a movie with a love story between Danny Trejo and Hugh Grant next, I think.
And Kate Blanchett. Throw
Sorry?
Kate Blanchett in there, too. Kate Blanchett and Danny Trejo.
Love triangle between
Yes.
Kate Blanchett, Danny
Yes,
Trejo,
there it
and
is.
Hugh
Boom,
Grant.
20%, please.
Yes, I can give it. That's a nice idea.
You are all here as witnesses.
Okay, Fingernails 2 will be with Kate Blanchett, Danny Trejo, and Hugh Grant. That's a good idea.
And the irony is Danny and Hugh end up together.
Yes, that's the thing.
All right, this is done.
Yes, 100%. So yes, that's the way that we cast it. The whole.
Yeah, there's no villain. Like, you can see her having a future with Ryan as well.
Yes, I mean, in general, I love humans. I don't believe that humans are bad in this world. I mean, we're trying to create something that our society is the problem and how our society is teaching us things. And for me, all the characters are nice characters that they are trying just to understand themselves and the world around them, and they're trying to find their positions in this world.
I think another thing that surprised me, in addition to Jeremy's character, like being a nice guy who has a good point, is when I heard that this film had sort of like a sci-fi concept, I thought it would be blue tones and white and very sterile, and it's a very warm-looking film. I would say probably more like yellow and orange of a palette. Was that a decision you made from the very beginning?
Yes, I mean, the movie, for example, that I mentioned at the beginning about the movies that are references. For me, for example, The Truman Show has the, even if right now I know that you are responsible for all the changes, but it has the perfect balance because it has the perfect balance between comedy and drama. It has the perfect balance between how you can make something that is high concept, but at the same time very grounded, and how you can make something that is dystopian, but very humanistic. And I'm always looking for that balance and that tone, and I call the tone of the film melancholic smile tone, because in ancient Greece, and I'm not trying to blame Greece right now, but in ancient Greece, when they created all these stories and in theaters and the theatrical plays, they tried to create something that is either ancient drama, so you know that you will go and watch something that you will cry, or ancient comedy, or that you know that you will go and laugh. And unfortunately, even in American cinema, or in general in cinema, we are following that. I mean, we are seeing movies that are taking themselves so serious, and people are talking so deeply dramatic. And or when they're creating something that is comedy, it's the other side. But for me, life is everything, and life is in the middle. And so movies should also be everything, like life. So that's what we're trying to create with the tone of the film, and to create something that looks very, I don't know, how life it is. And that's why we also wanted to create something really warm with a color palette, with everything. And to not create something futuristic or distant, but something really grounded and how life is.
When you talk about the tone, because like life, it's so many things at once. There's one scene specifically about at the halfway point that is like almost absurdist, but funny and warm and lovely, and that's the dance scene. And I would love to just sort of know from like a standpoint what that looks like on the page. You have a co-writer on this. I don't know if you discuss it, if you have this like visual in your head, if you're already hearing the music and seeing that play out. I would actually love to read it on the page and see how it's described. And if the final version edited and in the film is exactly what you imagined, or if it went through changes.
No, on the page it goes, Amir dances. No. It was more.
Okay,
I mean, it was actually, I love dance scenes. I don't think that I can ever make something without a dance scene. I don't know if you have seen Apples, the previous movie, but we have also, if you haven't seen it, I know that it's available on
It's on Tubi for sure, yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Or you can download it by torrent.
No, don't do
No,
that.
I'm just kidding.
Do that, but give him $5 before you leave.
Yes, I always love dance scenes because I feel that on that moment the characters are feeling very free to express their own emotions without thinking, and at the same time, with the body language, you can express so many things, and that's why we have this scene with Riz. And I think that even on the script it was very emotional. But I remember that when we shot it, Jessie started crying on set. And when Riz was dancing, even if we don't have it, in the movie. And it was a very, very powerful moment for all of us. We all felt that it will work, and I hope that it works.
And music is important to you. You play music on the set for your actors?
Yes, always. It was a technique that I know that many directors will steal in the future. But no, I'm just kidding. It is something that we tried with... I tried it in Naples in a few scenes, and it worked. And then here on Fingernails, I was doing it almost in every scene. I was having a song for every scene, a different one, that we were playing it to the whole crew and the cast, and we were hearing all together a song, and ended between the takes. And we were all connected somehow. And also it was more silent. You weren't hearing the electrician calling somebody, oh, can you bring the light more here? You were just hearing a song. And also it was helping the actors getting more into the mood of the scene. And I think that's why also I hope that the chemistry works so well.
You should put the song list on Apple.
I think that I should go on Spotify, on Apple. Apple has an app.
Apple has some version of it, I'm sure, yeah.
Really?
I'm a bit of a Luddite, I'm sorry.
I have no
idea. But I will be checking your
I don't have Apple TV.
It's actually, I actually do, and not to be a shill, but it's fantastic. It's the best.
I know, it's the best. No,
yes.
just kidding.
So we will be checking your phones on the way out to make sure you've deleted the apps. But I do want to remind everyone this movie is in theaters. Please spread the word. Let everyone know it's such a special film. Thank you so much for coming out, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.